The objective of this lesson is to learn how to format your data in a very easy way. And I'm going to teach you two ways to do it. One is format as table, the other one is cell styles. And this will give a lot of nice colors to your data. So when somebody is looking at your analysis, it will look even better. So first of all, what you do is that you click in your data set and then you do format as table, and you have several options you can choose from. Now, if you don't like those options, you can go to here and then you have some options. So for example, first row stripe, you can click on it, do format, and then you can choose this color. As you can see, I'll have one row in white, one row in this color. If I want to format my second row, I can click on this and then select this gray color. And then I'll have one row in gray, one row in light blue. And I can format so many elements here, but I'm not going to go into each one of them. But it would be good for you to try them out and see the output. Now, I don't want to do this now. I'm just going to choose a preset format. For example, this one. Here it will tell me that my data has headers, so I'm going to say OK, and it will select my data. If this is not the right data range, then you can fix it by clicking on this and then selecting your data. You say OK, you get automatically a nice table, and it looks much nicer than before. Now, the advantage of this methodology is the following. When you're using formulas or pivot or things like this, if you add some data point at the end, it will take it into consideration automatically. Whereas if you didn't format it and you had your data like this, you won't have this option. And let me show you how it works. For example, here I click here inside, I do insert pivot table, and then it automatically takes my table. I do in another worksheet, and then I'm going to put my quantity here and my region in rows. And as you can see, I have 9,819 in East. So if I go back and I go down and I add another data point, let's copy this in East and paste it. First, you can see that it comes in the right color. Two, let's assume that I put 1,000 quantity. If I go to my pivot table, right click, refresh, you can see that the number has refreshed. If your data was not in an Excel formatted table, you would have to change the range of your pivot table, which would be annoying. So this is one added advantage. Now let's go back and let's remove the format that we have done. As you can see, I have my data back. The other option is to use cell styles. So cell styles allows you to choose a preset style for your cells. So now if I want to replicate the same thing and have one row in one color and another row in another color, what I'm gonna do is, number one, I'm gonna add a row here. So I'm gonna call it row in this column, and I'm gonna say 4 here because this is the fourth row. Then I'm gonna do 4 plus 1, so I get the fifth row. I drag the formula down here. I clicked on this corner of the cell. Be careful that, see, if you have here a blank number, the formula will not drag down. It will only be dragged until the first blank that you have. So just be careful that it's dragged till the bottom. And then I'm going to use a formula called is odd. So I'm going to write here odd, and then I'm going to do equal is odd. And then I'm going to drag this formula down. What does is odd do? Basically, it checks if this number is odd or even. If it's even, it will give me false. If it's odd, it will give me true. So here I go. I get false, true, etc. Now I'm going to insert a filter. So I'm just going to click here. I go to home. I go to sort and filter, and I click on filter. And I'm going to filter only, for example, my true. This is my true. Then I'm going to select my data. So I'm selecting my data with shift pressed, and then I do shift and control and then arrow down. I select this data, filter data. Then I can go to cell styles, and for example, I select this style. Then I remove my filter. And as you can see, I filtered my data, and I have one row which is in blue, one row is in white. And now I don't need this, so I can just select those two columns and do right click, delete, and they are gone. And for the header, you can just select the header, go to cell styles, and then I'm going to select a nice heading. And this is how you format your table. Now this table is not formatted as a table. So again, if you add a pivot or something, you need to be careful, but you have a nice format.